One take. This is NBA One Take. One take for your head. This is NBA One Take for your brain. The free agent frenzy has continued. Previous videos was just breakdown of a lot of the latest things. Even though these all commitments have happened, just gonna go through a breakdown of some more things that's been happening in the league. I can't put it all in one vid. That'll take like almost an hour to do and really have the time. I don't think I could just have viewers and people just watch a whole vid of me going through everything. Listen to a podcast, but just a clip. Okay, gotta get to something everyone was talking about. Jimmy Butler doing a sign and trade, leaving Philly, going to the Miami Heat for Josh Richardson. And there's some other moving parts, Kelly Olynyk, and there's a lot of moves being done on that part so they can get that cap space with Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler is a great player coming to Miami. He was linked for Houston for the past couple of weeks. But I think they couldn't get a deal done and he wanted to go to Miami Heat. A very trusted organization. And one of his great friends, Dwayne Wade, there, he saw how they treated him on his retirement tour and just the way they operate, even though at this time they're not a great team because a lot of their contracts, they're had them tied up, so they couldn't really have a point to really get any free agents. But to get this move done, it's a great one for them. Bringing in the four-time All-Star, All-NBA player, a two-way defender. You lose Josh Richardson, one of your bright spots of your team, but you're getting a guy that's going to come in and do the work, both ends of the floor, and he's going to be the man. Now people saying, oh, he ain't gonna win the championship. I said, listen, this whole championship thing, it's not always about that. You want to try to compete, and then if the team possibly could build a championship, then they can. I think the narrative is put out there too much that people should go to the best team to possibly get you a championship. That's not necessarily a recipe for happiness and anything. I think guys that's happy, a lot of ones don't chase championships or have the media put that expectation on them. And I think, like Jimmy, if it's built from within or you join something with the trust and the competency of the front office that's had a history of building, winning formulas and a great coaching staff, a great tree of talent and development. So that's what we saw. No matter what people say, what it is in Philly, they gave Ben Simmons the rookie extension and we're trying to get it to work. And we chose Ben Simmons over Jimmy Butler. Okay, so we felt that kind of jab was towards Jimmy Butler, that maybe him and Ben Simmons, it would impede the development of Ben Simmons of having Jimmy Butler there. All right? Because it looked like that's what they went for. And you explain that to Joel Embiid. And that's what you got to explain that to. Because Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid is the two that got to really get it working. You know? That's the two that got to get it working. And speaking of Philly, they made a huge move getting Al Horford. $4 years, $100 million. Now, doing this deal, it gives them the potential to have the best five in the NBA. This team is no joke. And people don't like it because you got too many bigs. And I'm like, listen. You guys got to understand. It's how you use them, how you play them, different key matchups. Because what happens a lot is you see people out there telling you, well, because this team does it successfully, you need to mirror and copy that. Sometimes you don't have to. You work to your strengths. And the Heat, not the Heat, the Sixers are doing that. They're going to go big and play that way. They may play a little physical. Hit some shooting. I think that's the way they want to go. And getting Horford, his leadership, his communication on defense, veteran know-how. I love the signing. And I think it's gives them that leg up and going to the finals. You know, possibly next season. And DeAndre Jordan is going to the Nets for 4 years, $40 million. Because KD and Kyrie took less, and make sure the guy goes there with them. Something like what the Heat did back in 2010, when Wade and LeBron took less, you know, so they can get guys like Mike Miller, get some guys in there, give them some flexibility to bring some more people in. I love it. And people say, oh, well, you know, Jared Allen, that makes him take some minutes from him. He's a young up-and-coming player. I've seen him a few times last season by my job. Just always gave me some hints about things he should do, especially in a pick and roll with Spencer Dinwiddie. And I'm not saying he listens to me, I'm just a regular person, but I saw some strides with him, and, you know, he's a really good young upcoming player, really great defender, good role man. With him and DJ, I think that would be just a good, you got a two-way role man. One come off the bench, one start, no matter what Ken Anderson decides to do. But that's a good pickup for him. And that money, that's good. I don't think people, listen, I was blown away by the money in 2016. I'm up to snuff now on the market value of certain players. So it's different. Ed Davis get a 2-year, $10 million with the Jazz, which is good. Jazz is really bolstering up that roster, man. They're really a dangerous team. Okay, this is NBA Onetake, Free Agent Frenzy, Part 3, and I'm out.